There we go. So good morning, everyone. We're recording this on a Saturday morning and we were halfway through our class there and the internet decided to cut out. So we're back and I'm just going to record a quick 20-minute short yoga video for you. This is quite good. This is meant to be, because John Paul's been asking me to film for you, a shorter yoga sequence rather than the big 40-minute ones. So here we go. We're going to start again. So we're going to start at the top of the mat and we'll start with a nice warm-up flow. So let's do some inhales and then bend the knees sweep. We're going to do the same warm-up that we did just a second ago. If you're in the live class, you get a double workout here. So bend and swing. And I don't know about you, but I was pretty puffed out after that little warm-up. So if you're doing this video, the whole point in this sequence here is to get your breathing, your heart rate up right at the beginning, start to increase your energy. So this is good to do if you just don't want to do sun salutations at the beginning of your workout, but you do just want to give yourself that little boost to get warm first. Good. And then what we're going to do is take our hands to the floor and then just bend and stretch the legs. So in today's sequence, when I say a posture, we're going to start at the top, then the middle, and we'll work our way down. So we'll do that together. And then from here, we're just going to bend the knees, step back with one foot, then in, step back with the other, then in. If that's too tough, don't worry if you want to just come up a little bit higher and step back this way, or have your hands on the sofa when you're doing it, or if you want to come all the way down. Good. And then when you're ready, we're going to step back to plank and stay in plank. This is what's going to heat us up. So spread your fingers wide, digging into your toes, squeeze the thighs, squeeze the bum. Just stay still here. Still but strong. So push away from the floor. Digging into your fingertips, tension up the back of your arms, chest away from the floor, ribs away from the floor, engage the backs of the thighs and the glutes. Drop to the knees, lower your body down. A few inhales and your upward dogs and exhales. And we're just going to repeat that a few times. So we go inhale on the way up, exhale on the way down. Now if your upward dog stops here, that's where you stop. If you've got the full range to go all the way up, go all the way up. So inhale, exhale, stretching through the abdominals, working into the back. One more time. And then we're going to move through child pose. We're going to go child pose, diving forward, lower your body down. Child pose, diving forward, lower your body down. Well done. So we should be warm already. I love to start off. If I was doing it on my own, this is how I would start, just to get the blood flowing, loosen off the joints. Stay in your child pose this time. Curl your toes under. And we're going to go from downward dog to child pose. Downward dog to child pose. This could be done on your elbows too, so if your wrists get tired, you can do that. You want to look and have your wrist, elbows, and shoulders in a straight line, so you don't want your hands as wide as your mat. So if you had to draw a rectangle right now from your hands and your feet, they should be in line with each other. Stay in your downward dog and then walk the heels going right, left, left, just pressing into those heels. Starting to encourage the range through the calf muscles and the hamstrings. And then we're just going to bend these tiny little steps all the way forward into a forward fold. Inhale, take your hands up. Exhale, hands by your side. So we should be really warm now. What we're going to do is 2 sun salutations. Stepping back with our right foot first. So we do inhale, hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Nose towards your knees. Rise to your fingers. Bend the knees. Step back with your right foot. Step back with your left. Hold the plank. Either drop to your knees and lower down, or just tap the chest straight through to your upward dog, and then into downward dog, holding your downward dog here. Tiny step through and then press the heels down, pushing away from the hands. Take your breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Rib cage toward your thighs, tailbone goes up, pressing the heels down. Bending the knees, step through with your right foot. Trying to get it through with your hands, and remember, you don't make that step through, grab the calf muscle, hop it through, and then step through the left foot, forward fold, inhale, hands up, exhale, hands by your side. Same again on the left leg. So inhale, hands up, exhale, forward fold, nose to knees, rise to your fingers, bend the knees, left leg's going back this time. Don't know about you, but I favour my right. I never like that left leg step back. Step back with your right, holding a full plank. You can either drop to your knees and lower down, or just lower down. Upward dog, squeezing the shoulder blades nice and tight. Downward dog, holding downward dog. Take your breath, so inhale, exhale. So it's important for you to remember when you're doing the video, you're doing the classes, you just really focus on those inhales and exhales. So when I'm talking and I'm giving you the teaching points, I'm not doing my breathing the way that it should be here. If I was here, it should be here, in the nose, out the nose, in the nose, out the nose. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, bending the knees, stepping through with your left leg. Then your right, forward fold. Inhale, take your hands all the way up. Exhale, hands by your side. Excellent. So we're going to take our feet wide into warrior. So let's step our feet wide first. Even here, steady your breathing, normal breathing. Once we get to each posture, that's when I want you to do inhale and exhale. You focus on your breath, and I'll talk you through the teaching points. So our feet are wide, turn our right foot to the side, and then bend your right knee just slightly. So I don't want you going right down to your fullest warrior. I want you staying really high. So it's a tiny bend in your knee. Now remember, if your knee doesn't go to the side, so for example, if your toe is to the side and your knee is coming forward, you have to make sure that your knee faces in line with your toe. Okay, so if you can't do that, you turn your toe forward and you have to match that line. You find out where that is for you. Once you get there, we're going to take our hands to our hips and just play about with some little pelvic tilts. Hold your rib cage. See if your ribs are symmetrical, or are you starting to twist towards that right leg? Want your ribs facing forward, shoulders facing forward. So you can bring your hands to your hips and just start to do those tiny little movements. Then we're going to go a little bit deeper to halfway, not full way, and then do the same. Start to think, did you change your technique? Adding in the arms, tense up the backs of the arms, squeeze the shoulder blades and push the hands down, create lots of resistance. If you're used to staying at the top end here, we're going to start to work a little bit deeper. And it's not a rush. So in the meantime, use our inhale. Exhale a little deeper. Inhale. Exhale. My friend Alexa, whatever her name is, I've not got her at home, is having a wee conversation with me here in the background. And then we're going to rise up, right foot forward, left foot to the side. Bring your hands back to your hips and take the smallest bend in that left leg. Start to think, okay, how is this hip joint moving? How is my knee in line with the toe? Start small, pelvic tilts. There's lots of muscles that could be tight up here, and you've trained yourself to be in warrior down here, and that feels fine. So you skip out the middle and you skip out the top. Okay, so we don't want that. We want to make sure we're smooth all the way down, find any restrictions. So let's take the hands out, squeeze the backs of your arms. If you want the head and the nice neck stretch, it does look along your middle finger as well. Start to go to halfway. Be strong, force your feet down into the ground. Lots of energy coming through the ground, force your feet down. All the tension's coming through your legs, into your hips, abdominals tight, chest and ribs nice and high. And then go a little bit deeper again. Making sure that this leg doesn't collapse and turn in. So that would come from your hip turning round because you're looking this way and your legs turning that way, your body gets tricked and wants to turn with you. Don't fight against it when it's wanting to turn. We're going to hold ourselves strong. Well done. We're just going to step back to the top of the mat. And I don't want you to do sun salutations today. All I want you to do is that nice inhale, bend the knees, and inhale, exhale. So we're using this. And this is nice if you don't like your sun salutations or you're a beginner and you just want to do the postures, but you don't want to do that coming down to the floor. But also, it's good just to get your breathing and your heart rate up, warm up the body in between each posture. 2 more. Last one. Good. We're going to step our feet wide again. Wide leg forward fold. This is where I want you to explore. So we're going to do 1 wide leg forward fold. Hands can either stay on your hips. They can clasp your hands. They can go behind your back. You can hook onto your toes, or you can have your hands in front of you and trying to get your head to the floor. Your choice, okay? So normally in class, we'll repeat them all, but I want you to choose hips, hands behind your back, hands on your toes, or hands on the floor. Go for it. So we'll all do a nice inhale, exhale, inhale, choose where you want those hands to go. Like today, I'm going to take mine to the floor. This is when you breathe on your own now. So inhale and exhale, no matter which one you're on. Also remember, I just automatically went right down for my deepest stretch there. So I'm going to explore with my hands straight and my fingertips just resting on the ground. I'm looking to the floor, so I'm working on neck stability here, spine stability, pulling my abdominals in nice and tight. You might still go for your toes, but then today you might go, okay, I'm not going to go for my toes, I'm going to hold my shins and then stick my chest out. You might have your hands clasped behind your back and you don't want to come all the way over. You might want to keep them on your back and stick your chest out and stay halfway. So there's benefits to both. This is a lot of strength and stability at this halfway point, a lot of balance. Sometimes we just go for that deepest range and we collapse and we forget about everything we're supposed to be doing. Let's keep those steady breaths. I'll give you 2 more breaths and whatever you chose to do. Again, just explore. You can move around. You don't have to stay. And then slowly, when you're ready, look towards the floor, bringing yourself all the way up, squeezing the backs of your legs and your bum. And we're going to step back to the front of the mat. Feet up again. Inhale, up. Exhale, bend the knees. So it's learning your body, where you're tight, where you're weak. Okay, so maybe you need to work on a little bit of strength in the postures. Maybe you're really, really tight and strong, and you need to learn to let go, soften, breathe. So everyone is different, and it's learning your practice and what you need. One more time. And then we're going to step our feet wide again. So when you've got your feet wide here, this time we're going to turn our right foot to the side, hands on the hips, and lift your left hip up high. So we're going to stay here. You might get a little pop at the beginning here as well. You should feel this right through the inner thigh. Try and not snap out this knee or lock it out, but also don't bend it either. It's as far as possible without it locking out. So you're having to keep that little knee stability here. So we're going to work on a little bit of movement here, so you can lift the hip up and down. So your left hip's coming up and your right hip is coming down. So just see how that's feeling with increasing that tiny little pulse here. And then hold it, stay here. Now you can keep your hands on your hips and then just do a side lean. Not letting your head dangle, so keep nice, good posture, abdominals in tight. So you might want to stay here and then work on some rotations to the left. You might want to put your hand on your shin and go halfway today, and your left hand on your hip, and then work on rotations. Okay, I'm going to gradually bring you down lower. You see where you want to be. Left hand can go up high. You can look towards your thumb. You want to challenge the extra balance and stability. Or our end goal is to come all the way down to your ankle or your big toe. Again, sometimes in class it might just be, okay, tip over, down. So if you're used to being down here, why not stay up and do some rotations today? So a lot of the time I see a lot of people going down and then this left rib starts to rotate in, or we're slouching, or we're leaning forward. So we should be pushing our chest back, that left shoulder opened, left rib opened, and then looking towards your hand. If it's too much to balance, then just look forward. Bending the right leg, bringing yourself all the way back up, toes forward. So let's turn our left foot to the side this time. Hands on the hips and just work into those hips. So you're in control. That's nice, slow movement. You're not just swinging those hips about. So we're easing into the hamstrings, easing into the adductors, and just start to work into the hips. And then when you're ready, just hold it there. We're going to do exactly the same. So we're just going to tip to halfway. So I might want to just stay there for a while and then allow the adductors to relax without needing to go all the way down. Right, let's stay here. Slight rotation to the right. Start to tell your body, this is the way we want to twist. Then bring your hands to your shin. Remember that softness in at your knee. Pull in the left rib, but right rib. right rib. Stretching your hands all the way up. Get down, let's inhale. And the exhale, we go a little bit deeper and pause, find that wee restricted area. Inhale, exhale a little bit deeper. Inhale, a little bit deeper. So enjoy each position, basically. I want you to enjoy the top, the middle, the bottom. Don't just feel there's any rush to get into those postures. And then when you're ready, we're going to bend the left leg and then step back to the front. Start to heat up again. Let's go. Inhale, take the hands up. Exhale, bend. Inhale, up. Exhale, bend. These will be glad. No sun salutations today. 2 more. Last one. Excellent. Right, I'm going to stay side on for this one. I'll show you it first and then you can copy me. We're going to start with our right foot behind us, hands on the hips and then leaning forward. We're going to take our hands up and then we're going to gradually start to tip to that little tabletop. So start with me, we'll do it in stages, but probably don't look at the camera, stare at the ground. So right foot back, hands on the hips, keep your big toe on the ground. Start to have a soft bend in your left leg. Transfer your weight forward and lift your chest and your ribs up, pulling in your abdominals. So that should be really challenging on stabilizing that left leg just now. Then all I want you to do is reach your hands out in front of you, up above your head, squeezing the inside of your arms in towards your ears. Try and keep stable on that left leg. And then take your right leg just an inch off the ground and squeeze your right glute. Hold it here. Now, if you want to stay here the whole time, stay there. Now, all I want is halfway, not all the way. That will change the stability in the ankle, so don't worry if you're starting to wobble. And if you fall, you just stop, start again. And then we'll go for all the way, reaching the hands out in front of you, looking towards the floor. Working that stability. Back foot is pointed, arms reaching out, squeezing the backs of the arms. And then slowly bring yourself all the way back up. How did we get on? It's a challenge. Some days you've got good balance and other days you're all over the place. So daily, that's going to change as well. So just have fun with those balance postures. So feet hip distance apart. Let's take our left foot back this time. Take a breath, focus. Transfer your weight forward onto that right foot. Now you've got the softest bend and at that right leg here. Extend your arms up overhead, squeezing the arms in nice and tight. Then take your left foot an inch off the floor. Be strong right from your fingertips, tensing up the back of your arms, pointing that back toe, grounding through the leg that's on the ground. And then we'll go to halfway, tip over. Feel that stability change. Don't worry, the ankle's going to get stronger. Start to go halfway, well, halfway all the way. Reaching the hands out in front of you, pointing that back toe. Feeling what's going on between right and left side. What's your good side? What's the bad side? Slowly bring it all the way back up. Well done. So just before we finish, I want to talk to you about the stability there as well. So if you were good on your right leg and you thought, I'm really good here, left leg, not so good, start to look at your body a wee bit deeper and find out why that's happening. So for me this morning, I know that my right arch was just starting to fall in, which knocks off my right knee, and then that starts to turn my thigh in. So when I was balancing there on that leg, I could feel everything wanting to go in. So then I had to then go, right, okay, make sure I'm digging through the heel, the big toes, the ball of the feet, this knee when it wants to wander. I've got to work, actively pull that knee back around, making sure the hips are square. So if you are wobbling, there's a reason for it. You just need to look at your body a little bit deeper and find out what that was causing that. Again, that's what I normally do with these in class, but you can start to do that at home and see how you feel. But well done, everybody. Namaste, and I hope you did a really good workout. And I'll see you next week for another video or a live class.